your 2022 tarot forecast. So we're covering January through the end of December, okay? This video is for my water sisters and brothers, Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, and Pisces Rising. This is a general reading, so if you feel like what I'm saying is not resonating with you, check out your moon and or rising sign, which you can find on my channel in the 2022 tarot forecasts playlist, okay? All right, you guys, I'm going to keep it cute. All of the plugs, everything I want you to watch, read, see will be linked down in the description box. And if you want to skip ahead to the reading, I've got that timestamp down there as well, okay? This is going to be a 5-card spread, but I had to pull a clarifier for y'all. So y'all actually got 6 cards in your spread. Overall energy theme for the year for you guys, what's on the horizon in general in finances and career, also in love and relationships, and as always a soul message, your archetype, your theme for this year, something extra for you to tap into. Hey, yay, yay, I'm glad. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know you could click a reminder. That's cool. So look, I've been on YouTube for so long, I still don't know half of these things. But so yeah, so soul message is going to, and hey love, thanks for, I don't know what time it is where you're at, but welcome, because it's the middle of the night where I'm at. Thanks for tuning in right now at this hour. Quick soul message for you guys. So let's get into it. Oh, before I do, if you are interested in the decks that I'm using today, I'm reading with the Beyond the Moria deck. I am also reading with the Melanated Classic Tarot and the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck as well, okay? And I will have those linked down in the description box too. Alrighty, guys, let's get into it, Pisces. Before I start, you guys have a lot of master number energy popping up in your spread. So enlightenment and ascension are big major themes for you guys during this year, okay? First card in your spread is 22 crystal keys, all right? And so what I got right off bat when I pulled this card is, the first message I get is a lot of right place at the right time energy. And you guys have a very Pisces spread. I'm just going to go on and say that. Not that y'all are all over the place, but you guys have a lot of things going on during this year. But with that being said, you are going to be in the right places at the right time when it comes to, you know, success and the things that you want and the things that you need. You're going to be popping up. These opportunities are going to be popping up for you. Also with the Crystal Keys card, this is a card of information and downloads coming in. There is a message of, just by way of the things that you guys are doing this year, picking up on the information and the knowledge that you need. So for instance, like, y'all could be reading a book, and somewhere in that book, say you're reading a book and you're like, okay, I'm going to read 3 chapters tonight, and literally in the last paragraph of that 3rd chapter, you get some piece of information that you've been looking for, you've been needing, whatever the case may be, popping up for you, okay? There is also this notion here of spiritual messages coming in. So Pisces, you guys are your water sign. You are considered the most intuitive, most spiritual of the whole entire zodiac. You're associated with the 12th house. You're associated with Neptune. So you guys have all of the spiritual vibes on lock. This is a year for you. This is definitely a spiritual vibes year for Pisces. Pay attention to the things that are coming in for you. Pay attention to your dreams. I feel like that is, you're going to get a lot of information coming to you in dreams. If you are not in the business of interpreting your dreams and looking up the things that pop up in your dreams, do that this year. If that just seems like too much work for you, guess what? I do dream interpretations. This is not something that I promote a lot, and I don't know why, because it's one of my favorite things to do, but I do it. I do it with tarot, or I can do it either by way of just you know, not doing the research. I've done a lot of research on dream meaning. So if you need some dreams interpreted, you can actually hit me up for it. I don't have the services listed on any of my sites, which I guess I should. There we go. New service, dream interpretation. If you need your dreams interpreted, hit me up. Pay attention to your dreams during this year, okay? Pay attention to animal messages. Pay attention to the numbers that you're seeing. Pisces, master numbers are going to be popping up for you a lot this year. Do not go crazy trying to figure out what it means. You were just in these energies, specifically 11 and 22, and you're going to be seeing variations of these numbers. If you are not big on numerology and you don't even know what I'm talking about, very quickly, master numbers, when we do numerology, we simplify numbers down into one single digit unless it breaks down to 11, 22, or 33. When you get those, you stick with those numbers. So you're going to be getting a lot of 11 and 22. And honestly, you guys, this is your tarot reading, so I'm not going to explain 11 and 22 to you right now, but those numbers are going to be coming up for you. Themes of enlightenment, healing, creativity, ascension, also learning, learning and also building foundational themes and things in your lives, okay? Also with the Crystal Keys card, and this is where I want to get into this is where I'm getting into the Pisces part of your reading, okay? If you have been tuned into my channel, I just put up a video on the universal year energy, which is the number 6. And if you've been paying attention to my videos, what are the themes? Shoot, I was asking y'all the question, what are the themes? Relationships, responsibility, and something else. It's another R. But relationships is what's coming in for you guys as far as these crystal keys go. You are going to learn a lot about yourself during this year by way of your close relationships. And definitely specifically your romantic relationships, and also by way of your past previous experiences in relationships. You're going to be reflecting a lot on this stuff during this year, and I'm going to get into that right now, okay? This is not your love reading, but it is a general reading, and love is very prominent for you this year, but not, I don't think it is prominent in the way that you're thinking, Pisces, okay? So first card in your spread I have coming up is in the position of, not the first card, as far as what's on the horizon for you, it's in the position of what's coming up in general. And y'all, I pulled a reverse card, and I pulled one of my reverse cards, which is so crazy. 3 of Swords reverse. I do not, the way that I shuffle, I rarely get reversals. So when I pull a reversal, it means that it meant to come out. Y'all, I remember I pulled it and I was looking at the deck like, is my deck upside down? Because that's wild, especially the card that I pulled. I was like, is the deck upside down? Was Pisces supposed to get the 3 of Swords upright? But no, comes out reverse. I also pulled a clarifier and you got Judgment. So these 3 cards going together, and I'm just going to tell you your next card, you got the moon next to it, which is not, we're going to get into that in a second. But these 3 cards in the surrounding card, Pisces, you were learning so much about yourself through love during this year. And not necessarily through active love, like I said, and it will come by way of some of your relationships and your connections during this year. But you are going to really just be reflecting on your behaviors in love. And I think that is not necessarily something that Pisces people tend to do a lot. You guys are water signs like myself. You are led by your heart chakra. You do what you feel. And Pisces more so, you tend to swim to wherever your heartstrings are being pulled, okay? And that your heartstrings can be pulled while they're attached to somebody else. That is very Pisces for that to happen, okay? What you are getting this year with this being on the horizon in general for you, 3 of Swords reverse, I get a couple of different messages with this one, Pisces. First of all, and I'm just going to put the bad message out first, Pisces, it's very possible that at some point during this year you're going to break somebody's heart. It does make a lot of sense. That you're going to break somebody's heart by way of some sort of third party situation. And that is just speaking to that true Pisces energy. And you know, people give you guys a very hard time, and I know this. They're like, Pisces are wild, y'all be wild, y'all be in the waters, and y'all do, but the thing is that you guys really move based on your heart. You move based off of the connections that you make. So if you are cheating on somebody, it is because you really have a romantic, intimate, true connection with somebody else. 3 of Swords reverse coming up this year. It is very possible that you are going to break somebody's heart this year by way of having a little third-party situation. But that is not really the main message that I am getting with this card here. What I get more so with this card, especially with this crystal keys being your overall energy, Pisces, and then the Judgment card clarifying it, I think you are going to be in a space this year in which you're going to, of course, you're going to be mixing and mingling. You're going to be doing all the things, but you're going to be in a space this year in which you're realizing how your previous actions may have led you into the spaces that you are currently in. And I don't get a sense of you being unhappy with where you're at, but I do get a sense of dissatisfaction. And more so on the grounds of your love lives. But Pisces, what I'm feeling is that you have a lot of things coming in for you. You have a lot of dreams and ideas and goals that you like to put in place. And there's just this, like, if you don't already have somebody, you want somebody to do all of that with. And if you do have somebody, I get that there is this notion of there is like a spark or a puzzle piece missing in that relationship, to where all of these things that you have coming in, you're like, I would like for you to be the person that I enjoy this with, but we're not in that space right now. You do have the Judgment card that says you are going to be, Judgment the Judgment card kind of comes in and solidifies and wraps everything up, but you got to go through a process to get there. And typically with the Judgment card, the process can be a little rocky, or it can be very eye-opening. You have to get very real with yourself, so to speak. So with that being said, throughout this year, as you're learning things, I always say what you put out is what you get back. So Pisces, you're going to be learning about the type of energies that you've been putting out and realizing the ones that you don't really like about yourself, so to speak. And as you make these changes, you're going to be putting yourself in a position to actually call the people that you want to you. And let's step outside of the love for a second and just put it to the heart in general. Calling the type of connections that you want to you, friendships, companionships, type of familial relationships that you want, the type of energy you want in your family, the type of, like I said, your romantic partners as well, the type of careers that you want, because you do have a heart connection to your career, hopefully, if you're passionate about it, you know what I'm saying? So coming into this space to where you're learning about the moves that you're making and how they've put you in these positions, and the types of moves that you need to make, or the type of person that you need to be, the type of love that you need to omit in order for emit the type of love that you need to emit in order for you to have the things that you want in this life. Okay, now let's get into the next card. You guys have the moon in the position of what's on the horizon for you as far as finances and career go. And so two messages with this card here. First, Pisces, this is you. You are the moon card in tarot. So what I get with this card, I was just speaking about passions and stuff like that. What I get is that your work during this year, you're actually going to enjoy doing it. I mean, I was speaking to, you being in a space where you're getting ready to do things that you want somebody to enjoy it with. And so going a little bit further, the reason you want that is because you're about to be doing work. If you haven't already started, or if you haven't already planted the seeds, you're about to be doing work that you truly and honestly enjoy, that is really going to make your heart happy, make your heart beat, make your heart sing, or whatever your heart is doing. It's really going to put you in the space of, I really like this, I really love this, this is what I want to do. Okay, now on the other hand, this is the moon card. What is the moon card? A card of mysteries. This is a card of, you need to follow your intuition. You need to just let, step out into the night sky. You ain't got no light guiding you, or you do have a light guiding you, but it may not be as bright as the sun. You know what I'm saying? Intuition. But more so speaking to the water energy associated with this card, because you have a lot of water. Well, not a lot of water energy, but you are coming up very much so in this spread. Like your energy is in the spread, for real. Just being in a space to letting life lead you to where you need to be. Pisces, what I get is that you will not necessarily have any type of idea about what direction you're swimming in, which is typical for Pisces energy. So I guess this is not necessarily new or different for you. But for the most part, Pisces, you typically have an idea of where you're swimming too. But I get that, Pisces, you're kind of just in the waters this year. And you're in the waters this year because there are things that you need to figure out about yourself. You don't know where you're swimming to because you don't necessarily know exactly what it is that you want yet. Like I guess you have these ideas, you have these notions, you have the pull, but you don't necessarily know what the end goal or that ending space, the final result looks like. So you're kind of in the waters. You're just being led by intuition during this year. And that's okay. You're an intuitive sign. You are a water sign. You are the intuitive sign of the zodiac. So being led being led by your intuition shouldn't be too much of a big deal or too much of a bad thing for you. Just be mindful during this year, Pisces, that when you feel like things are off, that they are off. When you feel like things are good, they are good. This moon card coming up is just a reminder to say, hey, Pisces, you have the juice, especially in the areas of career and finance. So if you're in a career that you actually enjoy and it feels good, guess what? That energy that you're putting into it is also going to come up with the abundance as well. Don't we all need help getting to where we need to be, though? Don't we all? And as far as money goes, okay, I want to speak to money a little bit with this moon card, okay? Pisces, money might look a little funny this year. However, because you're going to be doing work that you enjoy, I don't think that's going to bother you too much. I also get that work might be sporadic, if that makes sense. Like I get that you may not know when you're going to be working, especially if you work in a creative field, get that, or in freelance or something like that. I get that you might not know when work is coming in. Or you might not necessarily know the process of how your money is made or how to capitalize on the money that you're making. But again, this is a year of intuition. When the work comes in, accept it, do it, and then just be very intentional in the way that you speak, in the way that you think. if when you get into them dry spells, them dry areas, work is coming. I don't have any work today, but work is coming. And just keep saying it. It's easier said than done, but the more you say it, you're training yourself to actually believe it. And when you believe it, it manifests in the physical, okay? All right, now let's get into the card that I actually pulled for love and relationships. You guys have the Seven of Wands. And again, a couple of messages here with this one too. So first and foremost, this typically when I read the Seven of Wands, the Seven of Fire, it is a card of individuality, a card of doing your own thing, a card of just, what's this? Hey, and you are very welcome. Thank you for tuning in. So typically when I pull this card, this is a solo dolo card, right? But I got a couple of messages for this one. Pisces, when I pull fire in love spreads, you guys are gonna laugh at me because my mom has she has a saying, and it is hot twat. And so when I pull fire in love spreads, that is what I think hot twat. And that can go one of two ways. It can go one of two ways, like hot like burning, or it can go hot like it's on fire, like yes. Pisces, you're gonna be out there. You are gonna be dating, especially if you're single. You are gonna be swimming in these waters. But with the Seven of Wands, Pisces, what I get is that you really are not going to be filling a lot of your options. But there is also a notion with this card is because of the imagery, and I read intuitively, you guys, and this might be a specific storyline for somebody out there, but I get with this Seven of Wands card, while you're out there mixing and mingling, it's fun, it's feeling good, it's cool. You're also working on yourself. You have this reverse Three of Cards, Three of Swords with the Judgment, right? But I get that you're just not really interested in all the things going on around you. Like the people that you're dealing with during this year, I get that you're like, okay, like that was fun, next. But also, you're holding on to one wand. And what I get, especially with, this is a specific storyline, with the Three of Swords reversing, you holding on to this one wand, and you not caring about all the other wands that you have around you, Pisces, there is somebody that you do care about. I would go so far as to say is like you actually love, or somebody that, two ways. Somebody that's coming in that possibly is not giving you the time of day, honestly, Pisces. Or there is somebody that has been around that you do care about, and for whatever reason you're just not ready for them yet, or you like, I want to work on myself. I want to give you what you deserve, and for whatever reason, Pisces, you don't feel like you're in that space yet. And in all honesty, as far as your cards are concerned, you are not in that space to give that person what they deserve. But excuse me, the incense tried to take me out, and also the Pisces energy said, hey, don't count us out, we coming, give us some time. But that is what I get. I get that this is, again, a year of crystal keys. You're learning a lot about yourself, especially in regards to relationships, your romantic and intimate relationships. And if you're single, you're gonna have some fun, you're gonna be out there, because it's wrap it up. Anytime I pull fire in the love spread, like I said, hot twat, wrap it up. But also hot twat, like, ooh, it's popping, it's cool. You have options. You're not going to be at a lack of love. No, let me reword that. You're not finding love in these options is really what's going on for this. And this part is for the singles. You're not finding love in these options. They're fun. They're cool to kick it. They're passing the time. But you have your sights set on something else, and you are like, I do want that. I could go for it, but for whatever reason, I just get that. Why am I feeling like, so I'm gonna, and I don't like to pull extra cards when I do these readings because I already feel like they're already long enough, but I feel like I need a little bit of clarification there. So I'm feeling like the person you're thinking about, or that's coming in for you, you guys know I gave that nonchalant energy, like they're not giving you the time of day. Why is that? Because I feel like your connection is very strong. Like you are like, nah, I want it. But also, like, I ain't ready for it. I'm ready for it, but I ain't ready for it. But why is the person? What's good? The Six of Swords. Ooh, distance. Possibly distance. The person that you want may not even be around you. And the Hierophant. Okay, Pisces. So one, there's some sort of obstacle. Typically the Six of Swords points to a distance obstacle, and there is also, the way you see this person, you like, they are no nonsense. They know exactly what they want. And even if they want you, Pisces, they don't want what you come with right now. You have the three, even though it's reversed, you have the Three of Swords in your spread. They do not want that. They are not working with that. They like, I'll rock with you, but one, you too far, or your communication is not how I need it to be. And also, like, you're not mature enough for me just yet. Okay? This is not the love reading. As far as that is concerned, and I'm not, as far as that is concerned, Pisces doing the work, because apparently Pisces, I feel like subconsciously that's what you're working towards. Even if you're not in a position to where you're like, oh, this is what I want, on a subconscious level, Pisces, I feel like you're working towards a person that comes in, or a person that's been around that you have a connection with, but you just, what's good? I'm pulling one more card on this. The High Priestess. I really am pulling one more card on this. That's my confirmation card. That's crazy, Pisces. So single Pisces, and I'm gonna give y'all relationship people a little bit in a second. Single Pisces. There is somebody, either they've been around or they're coming in this year. It doesn't really matter. But this is a real soulmate connection. There is somebody that you want, but you are highly aware of the fact that you are not ready for them yet. And not because you don't want them, you're not ready for them yet because they are no nonsense. They're like, hey, I feel like this is probably somebody you already know, honestly. That I'm picking up on the way that I'm about to say this is that I'm not going for that, is what I get. You know I'm not going for that, so you need to get it together before you even come around here. Also, the fact that you're not ready for them because there's obstacles here, either by way of communication or distance. However, High Priestess card, both of y'all know. That's crazy. Specific storyline for a few people. That's also irritating because that might also be for me. That's stupid. It's not stupid. That's a good storyline. Now, speaking to the people in the relationships, y'all see how I had to get the hell up out of that one real quick. Speaking to the people in relationships, you have the Seven of Wands. And so in your relationship, if you're in a relationship, Pisces, and this is more, I'm more so picking up on like people that have been married or been in relationships for a very long time. I feel that there is a need for a spark. And again, subconsciously, Pisces, you are working towards reigniting that spark. However, the way that I feel that you're going to go about doing it is you're not going to include your partner in trying to reignite the spark. Like, you're on some like, I'm gonna swim over here. I want to get all the romantic ideas together so that I can just bust out with it. Meanwhile, your partner's probably like, "Wow, do you even love me anymore?" But you on the other hand, you're like, "No, I love them, and I want to show them that I love them." Pisces, you have the Three of Swords reversed in your spread, so your communication is a little whack this year. But you know that, and you're gonna get in. This is just very Pisces energy. When you become consumed by something, especially something that you're passionate about, you forget about everything else that goes into it. So you're going to get to that point, relationship Pisces, to where you're like, oh, I'm doing this for my loved one. But your loved one is not going to know that you're doing it. And if they peep you doing it, because you got the seven, where's it at? I haven't pulled too many cards. I don't know. Because you got the Seven of Wands, your loved one might think that you doing all that for somebody outside of the relationship. Now shift, because it is the Seven of Wands. If you are in a relationship, this is also a warning card too, because it's a card of individual. This points to you going out and doing your own thing. Okay, Pisces, if you are married or in a relationship, the only advice that I can give you, if you gonna do what you do anyway, is to just keep it safe and be smart with the stuff that you're doing. Okay, now on the other hand, the real advice is, if you gonna be out there and you know you in a relationship that isn't built for polyamory or monogamy, then you need to step up to the plate and say what you gotta say and remove yourself from it. Give other people the choice to decide whether or not they want to deal with what you got going on. That's a big message, especially with that High Priestess and that Hierophant coming out. you and the Judgment card and the Three of Swords and the Crystal Keys, all your cards are pointing to you have changes that need to be made when it comes to how you deal with other people, specifically in love. This is not supposed to be your love reading, Pisces. All right. Okay. Moving away from that, let's get into the last. I got so many cards here. Let's get into the last card in your spread. This is your soul message. This is your archetype for the year. You've got Apocalypsis. Three of Swords reverse, Judgment, and you came out in the spread. And then your spread ends with Apocalypsis. And I know that sounds crazy. It sounds scary, especially with us being in a pandemic. But what this card really points to is you needing to break down old habits and do away with old ways. And specifically in regards to your relationships, this is really your love life is big this year. That 6th universal year relationship energy is big for you, and it is more so in the area of your intimate and romantic relationships. Apocalypsis, Pisces, the way you've been doing it up until this point does not work for you. Okay, and that goes for everything. Even though we're talking about love, the way you've been doing it to this point does not work for you. It may have worked at one point in time, but I think people, and I've gone through these phases, and I go through them continuously. People tend to forget that once you get a routine, when you put a routine in place, you're only putting it in place to hit success at a certain point. Once you hit the success, the routine is not going to get you any further than that particular point of success. So you got to switch things up if you want to see different results. You got to do something different if you want to see something different. So Pisces, if you keep finding yourself in a space speaking to your job, if you keep finding yourself in a space to where you're doing work that is just not fulfilling, but you keep going to work and you keep doing the same thing every day, well, guess what? Your life is just going to be not fulfilling because you keep doing the same thing. You're not breaking down the things that need to be broken down. Clearing out the things that need to be broken, clearing out the things that need to be cleared out. When it comes to love, if you keep finding yourself in the same type of relationships or with the same person that you're not supposed to be with, going back to them, what's going to happen if you don't change your ways, if you don't come into a space where you start to realize what's going on and why you keep putting yourself in them spaces and why you're attracted to that type of energy when you shouldn't be? You're going to keep going there if you don't make those changes. When it comes to, your money, if you're in a space to where you're like, oh, I'm always broke by the 17th. Okay, well, if you don't stop doing the things that you're doing to spend all your money by the 17th, you're going to be broke again by the next 17th. You know what I'm saying? So there are changes that need to be made for you this year, Pisces. A lot that have to do with your relationships, because that is really what came out in the spread for you. But just to sum it up, Pisces, Crystal Keys, Master Number Energy. Also wrapping it up, this is a 74 in the spread, which breaks down to 11. And I did mention that you guys will be seeing these master number variations throughout the year. Ascension, enlightenment, you're going to be learning a lot about yourself. And as you learn, you're going to be making the necessary changes to help yourself grow and progress into the next spaces. And just to bring it on back, Pisces, you got to get it together in that love department. Whether you're single or in a relationship, you have got to get it together. You've got to change your ways, because apparently a lot of your life has to do with love right now, and you don't want that to be chaotic. You know what I'm saying? I hope you know what I'm saying. All right, you guys, that is your spread. I hope that it found you well. Y'all are my last ones for the night. I'm about to go to sleep. I hope that it found you well. If you enjoyed that spread, do me a favor, leave me a tip or a donation. It does make it so that I can continue to put up free content for you guys. What else? I dropped all my plugs at the beginning. I'll be putting up love readings this month. I haven't gotten around. I don't know if I need to do one for y'all. Maybe I do need to do one for y'all. I haven't gotten around to it just yet, but they will not be on YouTube. When I put them up, I will come and link them in here, so just stay tuned. And I will also put up a post with all the love readings so you guys know when they are up. So just subscribe if you're not subscribed so you can know when those go up. And yes, that's it. That is it. I don't need to talk no more. It's been real. Thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, share this with a Pisces friend, and I will catch y'all next time. Happy New Year. Peace.